What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Purple Shade Podcast. Man, we had a big one this week, bro. We had a big one. What they call the Battle of the Beltway. Now, again, I don't live out that way no more. So you're gonna have to explain this to me, how this is such a big thing. To me, it's another Sunday, baby. Just another Sunday. Whoever's on the schedule is on the schedule, you know. But from what I saw, Ravens put belt to ass. And they drove right back down 295.
That's it. No, that's it, man. Look, that's exactly what happened. And this Battle of the Beltways thing, I mean, I guess it's been a long time thing. It wasn't really broadcasted over the NFL network for a long time. I guess they got wind of it, and it kind of made sense because, I mean, if you're a Ravens fan and if you're a Commanders fan, or if you just know how the mat works, you'll see that FedEx Field is in Landover, Maryland. So for those who don't know, Commanders fans who don't know, Ravens fans, and NFL fans, whatever, Maryland has two football teams. The stadium's in Landover, Maryland, and I guess that's why they call it Battle of the Beltways, because, 295.
Right down the street.
Right down the street. That's what they said all game. Oh, man, they're going to go right back down the street. Like, okay, well, go ahead, take y'all back down the street.
Thanks for coming up.
That's it.
Thanks for coming up. You know, because look, everybody was talking all that stuff all week. You know, I saw some of the stuff on social media, Commanders fans chirping. And it's like, look, I guess when you're irrelevant for so long, and all of a sudden now you get to go up the street and you like, oh, shoot, look, we got a shiny new toy, Jayden Daniels. You know, from what I hear, he's supposed to be Lamar Jackson 2.0.
Yeah, really? Man. Yeah, man. He's supposed to be the juice, from what I heard.
Yeah, oh, he's it, huh?
Yeah. Oh, look, the 6th game in his career, he's 4-1. That's great and all and whatnot.
4-2 now.
Oh, hey, thanks.
4-1.
And who did that? Who made?
Last time I checked, it was the Ravens.
Oh, and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Oh yeah. Belt to ass.
Oh, so I mean, I don't like what you said. I don't know why they tried to say that this is supposed to be Lamar Jackson 2.0. Why they even comparing him to Lamar Jackson? I mean, maybe because, okay, he's another, person of color, what I mean? Young quarterback, what I mean? When Lamar started, when, Flacco took a step back, Lamar Jackson was winning the games that he was playing, but with the run game, the Wildcat plays. And then what happened? The Titans with Derrick Henry at the time, they figured him out. And that's what I felt like it was going to happen to Jayden Daniels. He was going to get figured out. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but he's going to get figured out. And the Ravens figured him out enough to turn that 4-1 to a 4-2.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know that happens, right? Almost every year we get one of these quarterbacks who starts out hot. You know, it was C.J. Stroud last year, right? He was balling out, right? He was balling. I give him that. I think C.J. Stroud's going to be a great quarterback. But don't go comparing nobody to a 2-time MVP. They don't compare him to Mahomes or Allen or anybody else. It's always Lamar. Why do you always have to compare somebody to 8? I figured I got a theory. Lamar's the standard. Lamar is what everybody wants their quarterback to be. Even Mahomes. Without the accolades, he has them. But everybody wants that. It's a jealousy thing, right?
That's what I feel like.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like
everybody wants that. I may have this, and this is nice. I want that. I want people to talk about my quarterback like they talk about Lamar, right? It's not going to happen. Lamar's one of one. There's no other Lamar. So stop. So just stop. He's a 2-time MVP, and he's the best player in the NFL right now. Right now. He's got to be the favorite for MVP again, right?
Oh, that's right.
For his 3rd MVP.
Yeah, man. I mean, look.
I mean, who else? I mean, you could say Henry. You could, because Derrick Henry's having a darn good year.
Oh, yes, he is. Come a long way from not getting Derrick Henry for 30 carries yet. Still, it's not 30 carries, but he's getting damn near close to it.
24 this week.
And talk about 24 and 132 yards to boot. Dude had 5.5 yards a clip. So that's every drive or every first down attempt that you go for. He's going to get it if he's got 5.5 yards a clip. It's happening. You can't stop that. That's marching down the field on you all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when
go ahead. Finish up.
When it comes to like Lamar Jackson, like you said, he's one of one. You want the media, NFL people to start talking about your quarterback? Then maybe take notes from Lamar Jackson. The man is so dangerous. He can light you up through the air. He can light you up on the ground. You have no idea what he's going to do. And that is why he's so dangerous. That is why he's the MVP. That's why everybody wants their quarterback to be like Lamar Jackson. And I think that's why they're hating on him too. I really feel like it.
Oh, yeah. You always hate on what you don't have, right?
That's
you
right.
always hate on what you can't have. Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. He always said they only hate the greats. They only hate the great ones. The good ones, they only hate the great ones. And he's probably the most hated on player in the NFL. I've just never seen this before. I mean, all these pundits and everything, all these analysts, these professionals, and these 3 and 4 letter networks, they just, man, it's not that I didn't 100% go looking for it, but they barely talked about this game today on a Monday. All week, that's all everybody was talking about was this game. This was the biggest game of the week, right? Everybody talking about, oh, God, man, that should have been on prime time, right? They should have flexed it. CBS was like, nah, we're not flexing this. We're not giving this game away, right? They put their best two, they put their best 2 commentators on it, which they suck really because Tony Romo sucks. I never want him to do another Ravens game. God, he's the worst. All he talked about was that, and even the announcers, man, all he talked about was Jayden Daniels. Bro, did you see when he blamed him? You know what? I'm sorry. See, I'm getting emotional. Okay. Let's start off with this. The Ravens beat the Commanders 30-23, right? It was a good game. It was a great game, right? Everybody anticipated this being a good game, and it was. Washington showed up. It wasn't a blowout, although the Ravens started out slow. The interception that Lamar threw off of Andrews' hands. And again, if you look at his 2 interceptions, one went off Bateman's hands. The other one went off Andrews' hands, right? So Lamar's yet to throw like a bad interception, but they started out slow and then they picked it up. The only problem is the defense couldn't find their footing. It's almost like in these games when the Ravens kind of start slow on offense and then they pick it up. The defense doesn't pick it up with the offense. They almost go backwards because it was almost like every time the Ravens scored, the Commanders had an answer. Ravens scored, Commanders had an answer until the end when 22 closed it out. He was the closer.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you just got finished talking about, man, Lamar can hit you in so many different ways, right?
Right.
He is the ultimate Swiss Army knife. Seriously, he is. The man was 20 for 26 and dropped 323 yards. 20 for 26, 323 yards. Zay Flowers. Oh my goodness. 9 for 132. That was in the first half.
9 for what? Yo, Zay Flowers, man, he was everywhere, bro. They couldn't stop Zay Flowers, man. He's too quick for them. Not at all. He was open. I believe he was probably open more times than Bateman. And Bateman's always open.
Bateman's always open. And he was yesterday too. Even Bate got his 4 for 71. But Zay was like a ghost that they couldn't catch.
Yeah, he was so fast off the line. And I'm talking the fade routes he was running, the slant routes, the corner routes, man. He put a hurting on them boys, man. The Commanders' defense couldn't stop him.
No, they were so committed on stopping the run in the beginning of the game, right? Because you have to. You have to. You have to commit to stopping the run because if you let Henry go off, he'll go off on you. And he didn't even have a particularly great game. Like they were holding Henry down in the first half, and then he just exploded in the second half. But Zay killed him in the first half. They couldn't they couldn't cover him. Bateman got his too. Mark Andrews showed up, right? Mark Andrews sighting.
You talk.
Right? Got his first touchdown of the year.
It was amazing.
Man, it was an all-around good game, except on defense. That defense is struggling. It really is, man. That defense is struggling. And I'm just wondering, like, why does this continue to happen? Like, every time we get, and I get it, new defensive coordinator, but most of these guys have played here, right? Zach Orr was here already. It shouldn't be that much different than what you guys were already running. Why are there always communication issues? The Ravens this defense, it just seems like, bro, they're always out of place. They always seem like they're confused. One guy's pointing here, he's yelling. Come on, man. You guys got to get this together. It's week 6. Come on. That's unacceptable at this point. It's unacceptable, right? Because as good as this Ravens offense is, can you believe it? Finally, the offense is now carrying the defense. And this has happened for a few years, but this year in particular, the offense is carrying this team. It's dragging it along, right? And it's sad to see because, the Ravens are known for defense.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Known for defense. Tough, rowdy, organized chaos. And it's like, come on, man, pick it up. I mean, you have your bright spots. Kyle Hamilton.
Oh, you saw that hit.
Yeah.
You saw the hit. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. He leveled him. And I don't believe that was a bad tackle. It was, he put his shoulder to him. I didn't see any helmet to helmet, though it was close, but they called it defense unnecessary roughness.
They picked that flag up, though. They did. They picked that flag up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did. They picked that flag up. What they didn't call was a flag for the hip drop tackle on Lamar. That's the definition of a hip drop tackle.
No, yeah, they did. They
I mean, come on.
They picked that flag up too.
I mean, right. Don't give me this BS. Oh, I heard, from the broadcast, oh, it didn't have the third element. What the hell is the third element? Oh, he didn't, pull his weight and swing his legs under his. Man, get out of here. It was a hip drop tackle. He grabbed him by the back of his jersey, dropped his body weight, and swung it around. That's a hip drop tackle. Just because Lamar was lucky enough not to get caught under him, it's not a penalty. So wait a minute. So he has to twist Lamar up and hurt him for you to call a penalty, and that's BS.
No, that's BS.
BS. Because if it was some other person, maybe just a little bit fairer of the skin, 2 flags would have came out, and they would have never picked those up.
No, that's right. I mean, I saw that tackle, and I mean, it wasn't, when you see tackles like that, normally a flag is thrown and it stands.
Absolutely. I'm tired of Lamar getting hit. And this is what kills me. Man, I watched that game last night between the Giants and the Bengals. I forgot the guy's name, but he was going for Joe Burrow, and he hit him, and he let him go. And the announcer was like, oh, he was too afraid to get a penalty, so he kind of let up and Joe Burrow got out. They never do that with Lamar. They always go full goddamn speed, and they try to knock his head off. Well, they try to knock these white quarterbacks' heads off. They don't. Why?
Because they know he's the juice. They're like, oh no, we can't have this person of color right here.
So we can have black crime.
It's the fronts, bro. It's the fronts.
You won't hit the other guys though. A little bit fairer skin. You won't knock them out. Man, how many times have we seen guys just literally just have a clear shot on Mahomes only to kind of stop and let up?
Yeah, no, more times than I can count actually.
BS, man. It's BS. It's BS.
You can't hit him. But Lamar,
Don't touch him.
we're gonna hit Lamar. No,
Right.
we're gonna take him out.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
Like he's Lamar's the great, and they know it, but they want it to stop. And Lamar's like, no, you can't stop me.
They try to hurt him, man.
Every game. He takes hard hits every game. When you see that ball come out and he still takes a hit, there is no majority of the time there is no flag that comes out in question to see if that was roughing the passer at all.
Right.
You don't.
Right.
It's like, oh, that was a clean hit. It's just like what was that? The longest yard. You remember the longest yard?
Yeah.
Yo, I saw a clean tackle. Like, no. Like, these refs need to, I don't know what it is. They got to start calling these games a little bit better and being fair to the position, not the player. The quarterback is a quarterback for every single team. You know what I mean? If you're going to give one quarterback, can't touch him, I feel like it should go for all the quarterbacks because, I mean, quarterbacks aren't a dime a dozen. No, they're rare, especially your good ones. You know what I mean?
Good starting quarterbacks are very rare. Lamar is one of one. But like even Cam, they used to kill Cam.
They did. No, they did.
They never threw a flag. Cam would never get a flag. They would try to destroy. Let me tell you something. They tried to destroy Cam. They wouldn't do that to Brady. They wouldn't do that to Manning. They wouldn't do it to Breeze or Rodgers. But goddamn, they would kill. They would hit Cam like he talked about their mothers.
It was the dab, bro. They hated the dab. They did not like Cam Newton for the dabs on his great plays or touchdown throws. No, they were disgusted with the dab. He was
okay. But Aaron Rodgers out here doing a discount double check and all this other stuff. He out there taunting you. Tom Brady taunting you. Peyton Manning just making you look silly. But you want to kill Cam. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. It really is. My quarterback never gets these calls. Why? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. That's piss poor. NFL, you need to do better.
Definitely.
Do better. You know what I mean? Seriously, do better. Because this it's unacceptable that Lamar has to get hit like this and you just never call and you never throw a flag. Or if you do, you pick it up. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They always put it under review.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. But again, man, look, the Ravens, you know, they won their fourth straight.
Fourth straight win.
Yeah, fourth straight win. So they beat the Commanders. They had a four game winning streak as well, but it was snapped with this game. And I think most people knew that the Ravens would win. The Commanders they're not there yet. And again, this kid, Jayden Daniels, I think this kid is good, but he has his own lane to drive in. Don't compare him to 8. He has his own lane to drive in, right? You Commander fans, I hope y'all had a happy trip back down south. You did get belt the ass, but don't take it personal. You have a very, very bright future in this young man. But right now, it's 8's world, and you're just living in it.
No, that's
Seriously.
That's
you're just living in it. Just hope that this kid is not just starting out fast, okay? And then all of a sudden, you know, I'll put it to you like this. A lot of these kids now, they start out fast, but you give them a year. When they go into their sophomore years, trust me, there's tape on them. Teams know their tendencies. And a lot of these stats tend to come back down to earth, right? He's excelling right now. And I'm not just saying he's just gonna straight up regress, but it will slow down some, right? It will. He's not going to continue on this trajectory. They might win the East because they're the best team. Dallas. Okay, look, I have to say this.
Sorry, Dak.
Thank you. Bro, I said this like 20 times yesterday sitting on my couch watching the Lions destroy
at home.
Look, you know how disrespectful it was yesterday? The Lions put a lineman out at receiver yesterday. You know what? They went in their house, right? They went into the Cowboys' house in their refrigerator, ate up their food, put their feet up on their table. You know what I'm saying? And was like, look at me. Look at me. Right. Look at me. My house now. It's my house now.
I thought you were going to say you're going to eat your cornbread.
You know what I'm saying? They might as well did. They might as well ask me we did cornbread. Then they took it from them. Okay. I said this 20 times yesterday. DAKASS. Dak is cheeks. I'm sorry. That dude got making all that money. He is cheeks. Man, I heard Des Bryant yesterday. I was listening to he came up on Twitter he went live. And I heard him talking. And when he said, man, Dak ain't the problem, man, I almost spit out my drink. And it was just water, by the way. Man. I'm like, Des, what are you watching, bro? Are you watching the same dude? Now, I've watched the Cowboys. They keep putting them on TV, so I've watched them the last 3 weeks. DAKASS.
ASS.
Man, I'm sorry. He is. Just stop. Just stop, man. Stop the cap, for real.
Stop the cap.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way. There's no way, man. You know, I mean, but I didn't mean to go off, on a tangent because the Cowboys are really horrible. The Giants are even worse. You saw them last night. I mean, even, and the Ravens have nothing to worry about in this division. You've already beat the Bengals at home. The Bengals aren't going to beat Baltimore in like 2 or 3 weeks. They're not going to beat the Ravens in Baltimore. I don't see that happening, right? Everybody's talking about how scary. Oh my God, the Bengals, they finally won another game. They're so scary. Stop.
It's just Joe Burrow. That's it. It's just Joe Burrow.
They looked like cheeks last night. You barely beat the Giants, bro. And if DAKASS, Daniel Jones is like dog meat. For real. He is horrible. How did the Ravens lose to the Giants, bro? That's Lamar's only loss in the NFC is to the Giants and Daniel Jones. I am baffled. At how they beat them.
The only thing I could say to that, just real quick, I feel like at the time, it was just chaos on the team.
Wink was their D coordinator at the time.
That's all I could say.
Wink was the Giants D coordinator at that time. That could have had something to do with it. And Roman was still our OC. So okay, now that it might make a little bit more sense. Okay. Now that I just said it in my head and I realize it makes a little bit more sense now. But still, man, they are horrible. They are horrible. You hear me? And the Eagles, man, they barely beating the Browns, bro. It's like that division. If the Commanders play their cards right, they could probably win that division, right?
Yeah.
But the Ravens have nothing to worry about, right? The Steelers are posers. Seriously. The Browns,
it's the Browns.
The Browns are going to brown. And I tell my buddy this all the time. Like, bro, the Browns are going to brown, right?
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. That's the worst contract in sports. It might be the worst contract in sports history.
Dang.
Do you know Deshaun Watson's going to make like 40-something million for the next 2 or 3 years?
Playing like that.
And look, and if you thought Dak was bad, oh Lord.
Oh man.
Man, that's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what?
You see how bad these dudes are playing?
You know what? Wait a sec. I think you might be onto something. I think you might have just struck water. Because, I mean, look at Lamar. He got his big contract. You know what I mean? And Lamar is coming out balling.
He's playing better.
He's playing way better now that he got his money. Now you looking at Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott. It kind of ends right there. Like, what are you doing? We gave you all this money, and you're still playing like ASS.
Right.
Like, come on now, what's up? And I think that's why they're probably hating on Lamar, because he got his franchise tag,
got his bag,
got his money, boom, and he's balling. He's earning that bag. Where these other guys just sitting on it. Right. They should pay him more, right? Yeah. Now, Lamar, look, bro, I love you. Look, man, you I would say you deserve more money. I would say that. Because the way you plan, man, it's Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. You put your cape on out there every week. When it's not going right, you make it go right. These other guys, I cannot say the same for them. I cannot. You are doing your thing. You are carrying your team. You are being a leader for them, for the veterans, the young guys. You are doing the thing. DAKASS? Nah. Deshaun Watson? Man. Nah. I can't. I can't condone these guys because they're not playing. You know, they got all this money. They ain't playing.
They're not.
But Lamar is
definitely not playing. Right. They're definitely not playing up to standard. Absolutely not. You know, and it's not. This is not just a this year thing. Man, Dak has been playing like this for a few years. Watson played like this last year. And, you know, all I'm saying is this. I'm ecstatic. I don't want anybody else quarterbacking my team than Lamar. You just don't know how good it feels to be able to get up on a Sunday, know I get to turn the TV on and watch Lamar play football. That's why they hate him.
It's the best feeling for us. I'm going to tell you right now. Before, bro, you watching the game, something bad happened. I don't know if the Ravens going to pull this off. Now something bad happened. Be like, oh, watch. No. Watch. Lamar going to go out there. Look, he going to turn this around for us. He wants to win these games. And I will never forget it. Last week against the Bengals, just so let y'all know, scored a touchdown. 3 plays, 47 seconds. Come on, man. 47 seconds. You always got a
shot. With 8, you always got a shot. Always. Seriously, man. He is the ultimate X factor. He is always the best player on the field. Period. When he steps on the field, nobody else is better. Nobody.
No, that's right.
He's the only guy in the league right now who can do the most with the least. But now he's got a supporting cast. You got one of the best running backs in NFL history in the backfield now, so you got to respect it. He finally has a guy who he can turn around, hand the ball off to, and just put his hands up.
That's it.
Right? He's never had that. He has never had that. Seriously. And now he has a guy who can make plays in a Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. Mark's starting to get his footing again. He's going to be big coming down the stretch. And then you got Isaiah out there.
My man, it's Isaiah Likely.
It's not fair, but I love it. I love that it's not fair. The Chiefs are lucky. They got the Ravens in week 1. You're lucky. You are lucky. If it was happening now, belt the ass. That's all right. This year, if we come up on them in the playoffs, belt to ass. It's happening. Bet it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
bet it.
Like, bro, looking at these numbers for Lamar Jackson's wide receivers, man, all these guys, their averages are just, I would say it's phenomenal, man. Aguilar, he had 1 catch for 25. I mean, not bad. Likely had 2 catches for 13.5 yards a clip. You know what I mean? Mark Andrews, 3 catches, 66 yards, 22 yards a clip on average. Rashad Bateman, 17. Zay Flowers, 14. And this is all coming from Lamar to these guys. And the guys are getting open for him, and Lamar's teardropping it to him. Say, oh, you want it? I'm going to give it to you.
I was going to ask you again, you know, if we go back to a couple of shows, first couple of shows, you know, it was like, man, he's not making these easy teardrop throws.
He is now. No. Look.
He heard you.
The line heard me. The line heard me and gave him time. Okay. You know what I mean?
He gave him time to do it, to get it done.
That's right. Because if he has to, let's say the line's collapsing. Okay. If the line's protected him, let's say, 8 times out of 10, he has the energy to run to the sidelines, keep the play alive, do a scramble. You know what I mean? But if they're coming after him every single time, that line's collapsing. When he goes to run to the sideline, when he goes for the scramble, he's not the same. I would say he's almost gassed at that point. So he's tossing it, hoping for the best. But if he's conditioned, the line just protected him. Oh, he can destroy you on an extended play, on a quick drop back. Definitely shotgun. You don't want to see Lamar Jackson in shotgun. Don't do it.
They do a lot of plays in shotgun. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the last 3 weeks how Todd Monken is mixing it up. He's been in his bag though. I mean, when Lamar goes under center, I think he's best. I'm going to be honest. I think he's best under center, sometimes in the pistol, because that's best for Derrick Henry, right?
Right.
Put Derrick Henry back there, go under center, turn around, hand it to him, let him get his 5-6 yards. Or what they did a lot of yesterday, play action. They should be the best team in the NFL in play action because you have to account for them.
Oh, that's right.
Especially when he's in the pistol, because you don't know if he's going to turn around, hand it to him, fake it, he take off. Because you got to account for Lamar, right? Although I don't want him running as much, and he doesn't have to now, you have to account for him. If he turns around and he turns his back to you and he puts the ball out there and Derrick Henry takes it, then you got to worry about a 200-something pound dude running at you full speed. But what if Lamar pulls it out and rolls out? You better be there or Lamar's gone. That's the scary part.
You better have a spy.
Right? And then if you worry about that, then guess what? What happened yesterday in play action, they killed him in play action. He just turns around, drops back, likely's wide open. Zay's wide open. Bateman's wide open. Mark's wide open. You can't stop that. If this line holds up, and they've been doing so much better, especially, bro, we talked about this like week 2. Start Rosengarten. Stop this damn, switching in and out. And I don't really think Voorhees is hurt. See, John, you think you slick. See, John Harbaugh's a liar. And I'm going to tell you why he's a liar. I saw something today, and I'm going to explain to y'all why he's a liar. Give me a second. Just let me cook. John Harbaugh's a liar. Okay? He wanted to talk all this Ben Cleveland. Oh, yeah, well, why don't you try Ben Cleveland? Oh, he talk all this stuff about Ben Cleveland, right? Oh, the line doesn't need to change. Well, ever since Voorhees got hurt and you moved Makari to guard and you left Rosengarten at tackle, Falele's still too slow to play guard. I don't care what you say. I saw a couple plays where he was pulling and he wasn't getting there. He's still too slow. But it's been working. He didn't give up many pass pressures yesterday. But ever since this line has changed with Makari at guard, Rosengarten starting at right tackle, man, it's been so much better in pass protection. Although Rosengarten, he struggled a little bit yesterday, but it wasn't, Fowler was kind of giving him work, but Fowler's a good player. He's a good young player. But he was holding his own. Lamar had a lot of time, especially in play action yesterday, right? But again, it's worked because, like we said, and I know we're not coaches, right? We're not coaches. I get that.
I'm not a coach.
But making those changes on the line and those tweaks is what they needed, right? They needed that. Stop the rotation, let Rosengarten play. He was showing sparks, right? He was showing sparks of being a good young player, but you have to let him play. If he takes some lumps, so what? He's got to learn. It's been so much better with him at right tackle. Put Makari at guard, I don't care, right? It doesn't matter to me. Leave Rosengarten out there. It's been so much better. But I'm going to tell you why John Harbaugh's a liar. He talked about today. He was asked about Derrick Henry in 2016 when he got drafted. And he talked about how, oh yeah, he's a generational back. We talked about, drafting him. As a matter of fact, hold on. I have the quote right here. Let me pull up the quote. This was the quote. Okay? This was the quote. He was going to go too high. This is what John said. He was going to go too high. Everybody knew how high he was going to go, and it just wasn't in our place. That's the kind of back you wanted to have. Just seemed like one of a kind. Was it now? Are you sure he was going to go too high? Heisman Trophy winner out of Alabama. He was going to go too high. Derrick Henry went in the second round that year. 2 picks after you took an outside linebacker by the name of Camille Correa. Do you even know who that is?
No.
No. You never heard of that dude, right?
No.
Okay. He was picked, I think, 2 spots ahead of Henry because Tennessee had picked Henry two spots later. So don't tell me, don't go out here and just lie. John Harbaugh should be a politician. He sounds like a Republican politician, right? Because he comes out here with these outlandish things and lies. Like, we can't fact check this. When I saw that, I was like, what? I remember Henry going in the second round. How are you going to tell me he went too high? Really? But you thought about it. There's somebody who you think you could, he was a generational talent. Oh, yeah, he just went too high. It just wasn't in our plans. Really?
Really?
Seriously? Okay, you didn't want to take him at 6. You took Ronnie Stanley. Okay, that worked out okay. But 2 picks before, Camille Correa, an outside linebacker, I've never heard of that dude. Ever. I don't even remember him. That could have been Derrick Henry. Could you imagine if Derrick Henry was already on this team?
Probably more championships.
Man, that dude is he's a habitual liar. I'm not lying about that. It's the truth.
It wasn't in the plans.
It wasn't in the plan.
It wasn't in the plan.
You believe that?
It wasn't in the playbook.
Come on, man. That's cap. Come on, bro. Stop. Get some help. Just stop it. But, bro, we can fact check this. We got the internet. In case you don't know, that stuff is out there.
Public information.
Public information, bro. Okay? And I'm just saying, the offense has been doing better. To get off of him, I don't even want to talk about him. He didn't make a bonehead play this week, so he don't get no airtime. That was it. I just wanted to call out how the dude's a liar, because that's what he is.
But let's give him an applause. Let's give John Harbaugh an applause for not making a bonehead call this week.
Good job, John. You didn't mess anything up this week. Not this week.
Good job, Harbaugh. We do
appreciate that.
So much. We appreciate that. So much.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
You don't understand.
Man. Because I had to look at my bingo card to see, okay, what is he going to do this week? What is he going to do stupid this week? And nothing came up. So lucky you. Lucky you. But yes, applause. But yeah, man. But look, this offense is scary. It really is. This is a scary offense. I just think it's good if they can stay healthy and they keep teams on their heels. I don't see anybody really stopping them. The Achilles heel is going to be this defense. What do you think about this defense?
Oh, man. Okay. Well, first and foremost, just to jump into this defense real quick. Here we go. Man, this defense, I'm just going to say it. It's definitely a stressful week for the defense and you're my guy. You're my guy. I'll go to bat for this dude, Marlon Humphrey. When he's got the most tackles on the team, I don't think everything is clicking. I don't think it's not happening. It's really not, man. It was a decent amount of blown coverages yesterday. You know what I mean? A decent amount of blown coverages. And I just watching it, you know.
Nice.
You want me to get emotional? I'll get emotional. They play like crap. No, these guys played like crap. That's what I'm going to say. They gave up a lot of points. Now, the yard differences between the Ravens and the Commanders is astronomical. You're talking 100+ yards difference. You know what I mean? and that's gave way to the offense. But how many yards the defense gave up? Like come on, guys. Your offense is clicking on all cylinders. They're doing their thing. Why ain't y'all helping them out? Why ain't y'all complimenting them? Giving them more time off the field so they can come out and just keep destroying the team. That's the thing about football. The offense is on the field to strike. The defense stops them. That's what happens. You stop them. They weren't stopping them. Not going to say they were completely running over them, but they weren't putting up that much of a fight. They were letting Jayden Daniels shine when it was totally unnecessary. Every time I saw Jayden Daniels scramble, I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He's a decent quarterback. He might even be a good quarterback. You know what I mean? But he had so much space just to get away from him. He had quite a few rushing first downs. And I'm like, guys, you don't have a spy. You don't think that this kid is actually that good? Like he's not going to destroy you? Like, I mean, he was banging up the defense pretty good. If it wasn't for the offense to actually come out and keep scoring whenever the Commanders scored, we probably would have lost that game because the defense just gave it to him pretty much. They pretty much just laid down. I'm not going to say they died, but they just laid down. They let them have it. Like, oh, come on, we got this. Like, no, you don't. You don't have it. The secondary is still trash. Now, I'm just going to say this. I like Kyle Hamilton. I love Kyle Hamilton. When I say secondary, I really want to exclude you, man. But the thing is, you're on the team. And you might not have that much pull going around because, you know, young guy in the league and whatnot. You're doing your thing. Maybe later on down the line, these guys may start to look to you to be like, hey, you know, and see what you can see and what you can change and try to rub off on these guys because they're just not doing. I get it. Wiggins is a rookie. You know, a bonehead flex in the fourth quarter, thinking that it was a clean defensive play. Gets up, runs to the sidelines like you got it. Boy, flag was 10 feet behind you. What are you doing? You were all over that kid. Dude did not even turn around to play the ball. He didn't even try to play it off. His head is still forward, watching his arms. When that happens, 9 times out of 10, they're going to throw the flag if y'all battling. You got to look back, and that's what they look for. I get it, he's a rookie. But the fact that he just rolls over like, oh, man, I'm nice. And it's like, bro, it's a flag right there, man. Pass interference, it's on you.
Yeah.
Like, on you.
That's bonehead.
Right. I could not wrap my head around that. I'm like, yo, no, he is not flexing when the flag is right there. The flag is literally right behind you, and you like, oh, I did a thing.
Yeah. Marcus Williams is playing horrible too, man.
Yeah.
He is. That dude's making like $70 million and he's playing horrible. He got turned around on that one touchdown, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know? And like I said, man, the kid was making plays, man. I mean, look, again, Commanders fans, look, there are no moral victories. You took that L. You took that L. You can take that L right back down 295, but you can still look and say, like, bro, we got something. The kid is good. The kid's going to be good probably for some years, right? And I mean, look, they converted a couple fourth downs. They got a little lucky with some of that, you know. McLaurin made a hell of a catch in the end zone on the sideline on that fourth down throw. Kid made a great throw, you know, on that touchdown. That's the one where Brandon Stevens just couldn't get his head around. You know what I mean? That guy's like glue on every receiver he's covering. Man, just get your head around.
That's it.
If he gets his head around, he can knock the ball out. He can pick the ball off, but he just won't turn his head around. Right?
That's all you have to do. That's it. You see it. You see it. The guys, they're going downfield, they're battling for it. As long as that head is turned around, you're not ripping on his jersey, your arms are tangled, you go for it. They're not going to call pass interference on that. You're playing the ball. Your head's turned forward, man. No. They're gonna call that on you every single time. Like I said, Wiggins is a rookie. I would say, man, I would say he's got a bright future. He's quick. He could stick to him. He does a good job. But man, get your head around. Look, play the ball, and you will have more successful deflections, possibly more interceptions, and incomplete passes on opposing teams' drive. Like you will. You have the talent for it. Just got to learn the mechanics. And look at the other players. See what they do. Do the same thing that's working for them. Just try to turn your head around. That's all I can say. Turn your damn head around. You'll be fine. And don't flex until you know a flag ain't gonna come out, or the flag ain't on the ground, the whistle's blowing, and they're saying that no. Don't do that. You make the Ravens look bad like that when you do stuff like that, man. And everybody was watching you. The camera was on you, bro. It followed you all the way to the end zone, dude. So just get your head around. That's it. Turn around, watch the ball. You will be fine.
Yeah,
you will.
Man, I just hope they can. Get it. Start getting this defense turned around, because I think right now the defense is the Achilles heel of this team, and if they can't continue just to start communicating better and playing better, they're going to be what stops this team from winning a championship. Besides John Harbaugh, we all know what kind of assassin he is. Besides that, but the offense is humming, man. This offense looks like it can be unstoppable. To put a bow on it, man, it was a good game. It was a good game. It was as good as advertised. It was probably again one of the better games this year. And we got the win. We got the win, like we expected to. We expected this win.
I did.
Oh, I did. We did. We both did. We called it.
105.7. The Fan. You said it was going to be a blowout. Washington. Okay.
Hey, look, man. Look. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Well, I don't want to listen to that clock.
Yeah.
I don't. That would have led me down the wrong way.
Yeah, that made me late for work.
There you go. Yeah, man.
But man, Buccaneers this week coming up Monday Night Football. Looking forward to that, man. Another prime time game. Yeah, another prime time game. Man, it's gonna be a good one, man. We got Baker Mayfield. We going back to play Baker Mayfield. The Buccaneers are probably one of the best offenses in the NFL. That's scary considering how bad our defense plays. Man, I just hope they show up.
Shootout.
I hope they show up.
Shootout. I'm calling the shootout. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The defense, man. The defense. I might get a little emotional. They're garbage. I'm gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there's a couple guys that shine on the defense. I like Roquan Smith. I like Kyle Van Noy. I like Kyle Hamilton. Nate Wiggins. You'll get it together, bro. Turn your head around. You know what I mean? Simpson ain't playing too bad either. Humphrey, man, I pray for you every week, bro. I know you're a seasoned veteran. You just don't got it like that, my guy. But no, it's going to be a shootout. The secondary is just all over the place. They are unorganized. It doesn't seem like they have much discipline. And I think that's really what it is, man. Like,
just discipline.
Yeah, man. I think Zach Orr is trying to be their friend. Man, y'all go out there and catch some balls, man. Show me them DB hands. Like, nah, man. Like, you got to show discipline. They are very undisciplined. They're just. It seems like they're just
like this for years, man. I mean, not to get back on Harbaugh again, but I was so surprised when Tony Romo and Jim Nantz were talking about, oh, John Harbaugh is definitely Hall of Famer, top 10 coach all time.
Oh yeah, they said that, didn't they? Yeah, they said that.
Slow down, my guy. Slow down. No, I'm not gonna say John's the worst coach that ever coach the NFL, but he's definitely not top 10, bro. You got to slow your roll. Please don't talk about discipline with this team because they consistently lead the league in penalties year after year. I'm not saying they're number one, but they're up there every year in penalties. We've seen this team be very undisciplined, especially in the playoffs. So please don't go there. Please don't go there. You know, because this to your point with this defense and the communication issues and just the discipline issues, this has been going on for years. It's not just a 2024 thing. Different coordinators, it's been the same thing. The only constant is the guy they call head coach.
Yeah.
But they do. They have to clean this up. If they're going to win a chip, they better clean this up. They better clean this. I mean, people are talking about the Ravens are the best team in the NFL
Because of Lamar.
It's just, yeah, and it's only because of Lamar. Oh, and Henry
and I would say Zay too. Zay.
Let's just say the offense in general.
Yeah,
let's just say the offensive weapons in general. Right?
That's right. No, that's it.
They probably have the best tight end, combination in the league, right? And likely and Mark. And then they have two good young receivers, man. Bateman's always open.
That's right.
He's open. Zay's like a shadow that you can't catch.
Houdini.
Arms around him.
No, Houdini.
Seriously.
He's like when you first you see me, now you don't.
Right. But we coming up on time, man. We get ready to get up out of here. Buccaneers next week. Monday Night Football.
Prime time.
What you think, bro?
I think it's going to be a shootout, man. The defense got to show up. I really do feel like it's going to be yet again like with the Bengals. Back and forth. And it kind of like sucks that way. I'm not going to say it's going to go to overtime, but I mean when you have to rely on one clutch play by your defense just to get a hand up in the game. It gets a little worrisome for us being, Ravens fans and stuff like that, But I think that's what's going to happen yet again. It's going to be another shootout. It's going to come down to which defense finally understands what the opposing offense is doing and creates an opportunity. I'm still saying the Ravens going to win. I feel like Baker Mayfield, you ain't got nothing on You don't have anything on Lamar Jackson. You're a good quarterback, but Lamar Jackson could get you in a few different ways, bro.
Man, look, that nervousness should be par for the course with the Ravens. It should be.
Man,
you should be used to that now.
No, I am, but I don't want it. Every week it's I hope it doesn't happen.
I don't either. I like my pressure to stay where it is.
Right.
But
ain't nothing more comfortable than your team destroying another team. And you're just like, oh, okay, now I can go get my wing stop.
Yeah, how about that?
And you come back and the score is still the same. Oh, okay, yeah. I can eat my food and I'm chill. I'm good. I'm not on the edge of my seat. I'm not biting my nails. But I think that's what's going to happen. Defense is just undisciplined. The offensive is high flying. When it happens with the team, that's what you get, a shootout. It's just going to be back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be chaotic that day. And it's prime time too. I still feel like the Ravens are going to get them though. I feel like the Ravens can pull it out because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, again, with 8, you always got a shot, no matter what the odds are. I think the Ravens pull it out. I don't know how good the Buccaneers defense is. But I don't think, to my knowledge, I don't think the Buccaneers have really beaten anybody yet of real significance. So
I don't think the Buccaneers defense is good.
The Ravens are probably going to be the toughest team the Bucs have faced all year, and we're probably going to say that a lot about the Ravens opponents, right? The Ravens are probably going to be the toughest team they've played so far this year, and I think it's going to be a good one. I think it could be a 1-score game if the Ravens pull it out. But It'll be a good one. It's Monday night. Vikings are back next week. They were off this week, which is why you guys didn't hear anything about them. We got Detroit next week, so we'll see what happens with that. That should be a good one. Coming off a bye, I think we could get them. I think we could get Detroit. They're going to be coming flying high, thinking, oh, we just took Dallas.
It's only Dallas. It's only Dallas.
But when they come to Minnesota, or is that an away game? That might be an away game, if I'm not mistaken. No, yeah, it's at U.S. Bank Stadium. So when they come up here, we might see something a little bit different. Trust me. I'm about to say the Ravens. The Vikings are not the Cowboys. That defense, that one's going to be a good one. I think the Vikings could pull that out, especially if Aaron Jones is back. I think they could pull that out. But, man, hey, look, put a bow on it. It's a good win for the Ravens. On to Tampa Bay. So, man, that's going to wrap it up. What you got left, bro?
The only thing I got left, we neglected to mention this. At the moment, the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, they're playing right now in the fourth, tied up at 20.
20-20.
20-20.
Interesting. Bills and Jets, huh?
Yeah, Bills and Jets. You got good old Rodgers and good old Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. This is a barn. That's a barn burner. Well, we'll see what happens with that. But man, look. Thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for watching, checking us out. We will be back next week to discuss the we'll probably this will probably be recorded on Tuesday next week since the Ravens play Monday night. But we will be talking about the Ravens and Buccaneers and then the Vikings and Lions. They should be good ones. So make sure to like and subscribe to the video. Check us out next week. And with that, look, peace, love to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We out.
Later, guys.